We woke up at the Hilton Mauritius Resort and Spa in Mauritius, and for a moment, it felt like the world had decided to slow down just for us. The kind of morning where the light comes in softly, the ocean is already awake, and the biggest decision you have to make is whether you start the day with coffee or just stand there and take it all in. Naturally, we tried to do both. Mauritius has this way of easing you into the day. It does not rush you. It does not demand anything. It just quietly reminds you that you are somewhere special. And today, we decided to see just how many sides of this island we could fit into one day. First stop, Grand Baie. Now, if the south of Mauritius is where you come to breathe, the north is where things start to move. Grand Baie is the kind of place where the energy picks up just enough to keep things interesting. Shops open early, music drifts through the streets, and everywhere you look, there is something trying to catch your attention. We made our way into the Bazar de Grand Baie, and this is where things get fun, because this is not the kind of place where you just walk through. This is where you explore. Colorful fabrics hanging in rows, handmade crafts lined up like tiny works of art, and spices that somehow smell like they already know what you are going to cook next.
I am just going to look.
That sentence has never once in history meant what it says, because 5 minutes later, we are holding souvenirs we did not plan to buy, trying to decide which ones we absolutely cannot leave behind. And here is the thing. Markets like this are not just about what you take with you. They are about the experience, the conversations, the colors, the feeling that you have stepped into something real. Eventually, we stepped back out into the sunshine and made our way towards something a little quieter. Cap Malheureux. Now the name translates to something a little dramatic, but the place itself could not feel more peaceful. Right there, sitting calmly by the ocean, is the famous red roof church, Notre Dame Auxiliatrice, and the first thing you notice is the contrast. Bright red roof, deep blue sky, clear turquoise water stretching out behind it. It looks almost too perfect, like someone designed it that way on purpose.
This feels like a postcard, but in real life.
Exactly. And for a moment, everything just slows down again. People walk quietly, the ocean moves gently, and the only real sound is the wind moving through the palm trees. It is the kind of place where you do not need to do anything. You just stand there and let it happen. But as calm as that moment was, we had something a little more adventurous planned next, because just off the coast is Cerfs, and getting there already feels like part of the experience. The boat cuts across the water, the coastline fades behind you, and suddenly you are surrounded by nothing but ocean and sky. And then, the island appears, white sand, clear water, palm trees swaying like they have nowhere else to be. This is where Mauritius turns into that dream you keep saving for later. And today, we were not just here to look at it. We started with parasailing. Now there is a moment right before you lift off where you question every decision that led you there. And then suddenly, you are in the air, floating above the island, looking down at water so clear it almost does not look real.
Okay, this is worth it.
That is usually the turning point. Because once you are up there, everything feels calm, the noise disappears, the world looks smaller, and for a few minutes it is just you and the view. Back on the island, we tried something even more unique, the underwater sea walk. Now, if you have never heard of this, it sounds exactly like what it is. Walking on the ocean floor, helmet on steps, slow, and suddenly, you are surrounded by fish moving through the water like you are part of their world.
I feel like I am visiting someone else's home.
And they did not even ask for an invitation. It is quiet down there. Peaceful and just a little bit surreal. Eventually, we made our way back. But a little saltier, a little more sun-kissed, and definitely ready for the next part of the day, because Mauritius is not just about beaches. It has stories. And one of those stories begins with something simple. Sugar. We headed to l'Aventure du Sucre, an old sugar factory turned into a museum. Now this might sound like a history stop, but it is more than that, because sugar, or white gold as it was once called, shaped this entire island. For centuries, this was not just an ingredient. It was the economy, the reason people came here, the reason the island grew. Walking through the museum, you see how everything connects. The machines, the process, the people, and how something so small could have such a big impact.
So basically, this is where sugar became serious.
Very serious. And just when you think you have learned everything, you get to the tasting section, which suddenly makes history a lot more interesting. From there, we stepped into something completely different again, the Pamplemousse's Botanical Garden. Now, this is not just a garden. This is one of the oldest botanical gardens in the Southern Hemisphere, and it feels like stepping into a living collection of the world's most interesting plants. This is where nature shows off a little. The giant Victoria Amazonica water lilies, floating wide across the surface of the water, looking almost too perfect to be real.
Are those actually strong enough to hold something?
Technically, yes, but I am not volunteering to test it. And then there are the talipot palms. These trees can grow for decades and then flower just once before completing their life cycle. It is a reminder that even here, everything has its own timing. By now, the day had taken us through just about everything: adventure, then history, then nature, which meant there was only one thing left: food. We found ourselves at a busy market stall, drawn in by the smell before we even saw it. Gâteau piment small, crispy chili bites, golden on the outside, soft on the inside, and just enough spice to keep things interesting.
Okay, these are dangerous.
Not because they are spicy, because you cannot stop at one. And that is the problem. Because one turns into two turns into a handful, and suddenly you are standing there wondering how that happened.
I am calling this research.
Very thorough research. As the day started to wind down, we found ourselves back where we started: the ocean, the light, the calm. But everything felt different because now it was not just a place. It was a collection of moments. A market full of life, a quiet church by the sea, an island that felt like a dream, a history shaped by something as simple as sugar, a garden that reminded you to slow down, and a snack that you will definitely think about again later. Mauritius does not try to impress you all at once. It lets you discover it piece by piece.
And somehow every piece fits.
Exactly. And that is what makes a place stay with you. Not one big moment, but all the small ones adding up. All right, quick question. Which famous feature can you find at the Pamplemouse's Botanical Garden? A. Giant floating water lilies. B. Snow-covered pine trees. C. Desert sand dunes. D. Ice caves. Take a second and lock it in.
No pressure. Just tropical knowledge.
Drop your answer below with hashtag #QuizzesWithFlair. And if you have ever had Gâteau Piment, I need to know how many you stopped at.
And come now. Be honest.
Mauritius gave us adventure, it gave us calm, and it gave us a reason to slow down. And tomorrow we see where the journey takes us next. Because curiosity always finds a way forward. See you in the next one.
We have a winner, and I am not being chill about it. Someone just took that leaderboard apart like it was light practice. Moves were intentional. Timing was locked. Confidence, unbothered. Big congrats to our champion. You absolutely showed out. Your notification is about to land quicker than a live patch update. Keep an eye on your comments. We'll grab your details and get that prize moving your way. Smooth process, zero chaos. Didn't see your name this round? Don't switch tabs on us. This isn't a one-off highlight. It's an ongoing storyline, and the next chapter is about to drop. Fresh reset, clean board, new energy, so power up those fingers, because the next spotlight, it might land right on you. No hesitation, no slow reactions, no watching from the sidelines. Stay bold, stay sharp, stay locked in. Let's see who takes it next.